Shalom, Salama, Siemi, Shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world. Whether the whether you are of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you are grafted in under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach, a Gentile stranger grafted under the blood. We welcome you this morning. Come on in, pull up a seat, lay down. I don't care if you close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice as we go on the magical, funky ride. Oh man, okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I slept in. I said, Father, I just want to sleep a little bit. I hit that snooze button twice. Usually I'll hit it once. No, I hit that thing twice, fam. I said, Father, I don't know if I want to even get up on here. Oh, the mental drainage. I just feel my brain cells are just like, uh, no. I was actually, no, the Holy Spirit and I were kind of going toe to toe yesterday. Because honestly, I was like, all right, Father, how much longer? Because there's a couple things that I'm trying to work on and, you know, figure some things on out. Because I know that once that gets healed, oh, it's over for this platform. And I said, Father, I don't want that to be a dangling carrot in front of me. That once this gets healed, that once this gets put together. But I know how our people are. And our people are very, very finicky. And so, you know, I just understood. Look, I'm here for this time. That's why I said I'm here for this time. Whether or not in the wilderness the Most High has me to do something else, I don't know. Maybe I'll. Who knows? I'm praying I make it to the wilderness, and I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm praying I do. But to be honest, I really don't know my demeanor. I don't know my attitude. And it's hard even just being on here. So imagine when thousands of people will try to have access to you. Hey, hey, Brother Cass, Brother Cass, Brother Cass. All right, Brother Cass will need at least 5 assistants. I'll need a staff to, have my uh, email communications. People act like I, I get a regular paycheck on this. I don't get nothing on this besides the the alms that you all provide. That's it. I get gratitude and thanks, and I said, I appreciate it, but honestly, I'm waiting for the Most High to fire me. Isn't that sad? It's like, Father, I can't wait till this stuff goes on because then I can get fired. I'm here to resign my post. In lieu of recent events of this awakening, Brother Karras will no longer be able to use YouTube. Because Babylon went away. I'll be happy to say hi to all the folks. But Brother Karras has some things to figure out in Babylon, just like everybody else. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's why I look at it. It's like, look, that's why Moses, he did so much. And I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing myself to Moses at all. But in terms of the interactions with the people, and he had hundreds of thousands, probably about 1 million folks that were complaining, that had issues, that didn't like that the Most High took them out of their oppression. See, oppression's real. Oppression is one of those things that you don't know that you're oppressed until you realize you're oppressed. And I thank the Most High that I was able to travel out of here and be out of the fishbowl, as some folks on our broadcast had mimicked. I think I lost one subscriber to that day, but I gained like 50 others that day. I looked at that, I was like, what? I just saw the numbers like bloop and then doo-doo. It's like, okay. Because, imagine how crazy this is going to be when we're back in the wilderness and you see all these false prophets coming on up. Oh, remember, I told you what's going to happen. Remember? Yeah, and my energy and my chakras and I was looking at my crystals. You don't want to see me in the wilderness. And you're talking that mess. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, you don't want to see Brother Garth. Brother Karras, we need to go lay some hands on him. We will have to extricate you from the people. Because I don't care. I'll tell you, don't come around me talking about my spiritual energy. Now, if you want to start saying some, I want to talk spiritual pressure. Talk about Shinkuriki or some anime type nonsense. You're gonna get dealt with too. I had to get my spiritual energy right before I could come on this live. I've been watching a lot of anime. Let me pick up a boulder. I'm gonna pick up I'm gonna have a couple of shot put balls. Let me hit you with one of them shot puts. I'll give myself at least 30 feet, try to be fair. We're gonna have some form. I'm gonna have that shot put. These people are gonna be crawling up the yard work. I'm the leader now. Follow me. We're going back to reclaim America. Uh, do you see what happened? I mean, are we understanding this, family? They want a place that's getting ready to be poisoned. They're about to poison the land. This is why it says, look, hardly no man inhabits this. Why? Because this land is poisoned. This ain't new edition. This land is poison. Dun, 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 dun. If I were you, I'd take precaution. This land's got a lot of chemical spells. You can't eat the fish, and that's for real. Ooh, can't get Babylon out of my mind. Bell Biv DeVoe, exactly. If I were you, you should know. This land is poison. Dun, 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 dun. Exactly, Coco G. Now you know. Oh man. It's that smoke pillar is staring you in the face. Acid rain is out of my mind. Can't drink it, bathing in it, swim in it. This land is poison. Oh, oh my goodness. All right, thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Yeah, most High and I were in some fights. We were in some fights. We were going toe to toe, you know. And I said, all right, Father, I thank you. I said, I praise you. I give you glory. But I'm not sure what these folks are saying that we were going to make it out of this year. Man, I was looking at the setup. We were seeing the setup with the Nord Stream pipelines. Come on now. I said it's going to be a few months. They're going to use that. Somebody's going to comment on it. They're going to come back to it. They were going to get everything in place for their pieces to mobilize to do their military operations. And then this thing was going to conveniently come to mind. And shout out to Sister Brandy on her chat last night. And one of the folks on in there commented that, 24, February 24th, the UN emergency security meeting. And it wasn't just that, it was on Crux. Crux was showing that they're about to have that security meeting next week. And that security meeting, in my mind, in my opinion, is going to decide, well, it won't decide the fate. It will surely give us a more accurate picture of what we see and what we're going to be dealing with. Because a lot of our people don't think that the Most High can turn things around very quickly. It would be like this. I want an apology, and I want everybody in that administration to resign. And I want the UN to come in and hold and oversee special general elections. And I want that done in the next 30 days. I mean, you get what I'm saying, family? That would be like, that's more chaos than any type of armament, any type of weapon. What do you mean? Every single person that is in some sort of substantial position of power must resign. You know how many black folks will be like, we need our reparations and we need to go. We gotta get we gotta get on out of here. And I don't know if people would be as diligent in, and being patient on a paycheck. But I know if we could get on out of here, we would probably be leaving. I don't believe that we're going to be up and out of here all at once. I don't believe it. I believe that for those that are able to, those folks are going to be leaving. If you're able to get your family, no matter, especially if you have uh, family that's immobile, I'm telling you, there would have to be some sort of a IMF mechanism for refugees or displaced persons that that would have to be utilized. Hey, I need a hope flight or something. I need a safety flight. I need an exodus flight. There would have to be some sort of a financing mechanism. How you gonna pay for it? We'll have to figure this on out. I don't care. Send me to Uganda and I'll start digging out that mountain full of gold. I don't even care. We'll figure it on out. But the reason that they're still messing around financially is because of whose hands are down there in the continent. Because if you do that, not just to the United States, but to all Western countries, especially those in the NATO alliance, oh man, yeah, it's over. So there's a lot to be said because people say, "Well, I don't know, I don't." Y'all understand how long it takes for a flight to come across the Atlantic? Depending on how that flight travels, it can be across the Atlantic between 6, 7 hours. Military flights can get there a little bit quicker. Exactly. Ukrainians got them free flights. Y'all act like there's no mechanisms to this. Like, stop playing. We need to take the vulnerable. The vulnerable will have to show up on flights. If this was me, if this was a mechanism, okay, we need all the ships. We need every single cruise liner. If you are healthy enough to sail, you need to board them ships. If you're not healthy, you need to take a flight. Uh, if you're bedridden, if you're, because why? Because you'll need to be quickly transported. And people will take that into consideration. Those are emergency management operations. In my thinking, this is just my thinking. It doesn't pretend on any other conventional thinking, but my thinking is that's what I would do. I'd give those conditions. Hey, you need to, not only that, black folks need to leave. Anyone with African American descent, they're allowed to leave with their reparations, with their gold. You get what I'm saying? Because why? Look, when you are dealing with an enemy, you always have them pay back more than the initial damage. That's a very big damage. Oh, you're talking about our citizens leaving? Well, do you feel that they're actually citizens? Man, are you kidding? The moment black folks realize that we'll up and bounce with money, well, let me think about staying here. No, Here's here is 20 pounds of gold just to get you started. The rest is coming over. You're gonna hold that gold. You'll put that gold in your book bag. You'll put that gold in your socks, up in your waistband, up in your underwear. Mama, I don't feel comfortable with this gold bar on my crack. You gonna run with that gold bar. I'm telling you, squeeze and run. Hold on to that for dear life. Mom, I didn't know how cold this gold was gonna be. Y'all act like this thing can't go immediately. Number one, they would have every civilian airport guarded by UN. They would show up, quote unquote, show up out the woodwork. I'd say they'd probably be deployed in less than 24 hours. Probably 12 hours, I would say. I think they could be deployed in place in 12 hours in most major airports in the United States. You would have your international hubs, which is more than likely Houston, Dallas, New Orleans, Atlanta, probably Memphis. I would say St. Louis, Chicago, Kansas City, Denver, definitely Phoenix, LA. LA is going to be pretty difficult because you would have, I would say, LA or in Ontario, East LA, Ontario, um, in San Diego, since those are smaller hubs, they may have to connect to New York. Definitely out of JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. That would be at your disposal. You would have Philly. You may even be able to get away with transatlantic flights from out of Atlantic City. Maybe. Um, you wouldn't do Wilmington. Wilmington is that's just Philly. But you may be able to do like Dover Air Force Base. There's a Yeah, you'll have a lot of Air Force bases. You'll have, um, Egg Harbor, have a couple Air Force bases in New York. You'll have a plethora of Air Force bases. You'll people will be flying out of Boston, out of Connecticut, and I still would say out of a lot of the Air Force bases. Oh yeah, yeah. No, people would. Yeah, it'll be you stop wherever you can land. Yeah, you would stop wherever you could actually land at. So, if your final destination is, you want to have a final destination, just put you on the continent. There you go. stamp your passport for whatever your final entry place is. Oh, it'll be wild. Don't yeah, trust me, it'll be wild. People try to find places to stay for a little bit. Where can we stay at? Where can we even eat? It'll be wild. I love this land. Don't you want to be? They always say, we want representation. And I laugh at that because it's like you want representation in a land that's not yours and doesn't like you and that oppresses you. So basically, they said, I want to be a representation of the oppressor, not to do anything to help. If you've noticed that, that's literally been the case. And I think now people are starting to realize this and understand this. No, I need representation for my family so I can get my bars of gold, so I can get my stacks and be up on out of here. I don't even care. Put 80 pounds in my duffel bag. All I gotta do is make it to the next continent with this. I will sleep on that thing. You know that Greenland movie? That's what it's gonna look like. I'm just gonna lay on the floor with my bag of gold as my pillowcase. My Pillow Gold Edition. That will be the worst night's sleep ever. I don't even care. Just get me in the sky with my bag of gold. But what if they rob me? Listen, I'm Judah. I'll fight somebody for this one. Let me get my stick. I don't even care. Are there still sticks on the ground? Are there still rocks on the ground? Do I still have hands and feet to fight? Look, I'll be asking the Most High for supernatural strength. Father, let this kick be a supernatural kick, like a Mortal Kombat kick. I'll just be Louis King and everybody kicking heads off. All right, family, here we go. Time for the main event. In this corner of ignorance, coming out of who knows for the ignorance. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm gonna try this again. If you don't know, my housekeeping rules, okay? We don't hear none of that new ageism stuff. If I hear it, I'm gonna bounce you. Don't come up here with a story of, right, the Most High revealed to me. I can't explain it to nobody. Okay, save that for Islam. Peace. I was in a mountain and I was in a cave and I got divine revelation that only I can share. Oh my goodness, the troublemaker from out of Brixton. She had to go to work, fam. She had to get the blade on her thumb. She
Hello
had to get her
all.
keys.
Hi, it is I. I'm here now. I'm on my way home.
She had to get the keys. Who did you have to slice up, fam?
Well, I was on my best behaviour. I just went to Brixton Market, got myself a few bits to get ready for Shabbat. So,
Oh, Sister Chantel, I'm glad you're on here. And when you're able to get situated, I want you to share the video of the young lady that was out there, our sister that was out there that had been um, accosted by them folk.
oh, that one. You want me to send it on here?
Yeah, we'll share that. We'll share that.
Okay. I have no idea how to do that. So you're going to have to talk me through it, or I could just send it to you and you could send it.
Yeah, send it to me in the group chat, and I'll get that. I'll
It's
get
on.
that
It's
on
on the
that.
group one. It's on the group one. You want me to resend it again?
Yeah, resend it again because then I can't. I'll have to dig through that. My technical engineer, my video engineer, my sound engineer. Them folks is lazy.
You know what's happened? They're not lazy. They're on a strike. They
They
said you're not
are on a
paying them
strike.
properly.
They stayed in bed, and I had to get on up. I said, "Forget y'all."
They said they're not having it anymore. He cracks whips and everything.
Yeah, I said, "Get your behind up." I said, Look, they're like, we ain't working for no pay." I said, "I'm gonna pay you with my boot up your behind." No,
Dear, oh dear, I wouldn't want to work for you.
oh yeah, all them Gentiles. Oh yeah,
I was
once
just
they get
about to
those,
say
when they,
it's going to be hard
oh,
for them.
oh no, you should have been on Sister. You should have been on Sister Brandy's show
Was that
last night.
yesterday?
Yeah, that
Yes,
was
but you guys,
your
it's at
morning,
two
I
o'clock.
guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Brother George was on there. He knows what it means to sacrifice. Come on,
No,
what's your
man.
problem now?
I got young kids. I've got young kids. That's my problem. And they wake
You
up
go,
early. Remember, they're on holiday. We've got half term and they're on holiday. So they understand what it means to get up when they're on holiday.
yeah.
When it
Oh,
comes to going to school,
did the school thing ever get resolved out there? Did the strike thing ever get resolved?
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was only for the one day. This is just a normal half term. They have more holidays. I mean, I was telling Sharonda about the holidays that we have over here. You guys, oh, they're tight. They really work you lot hard. They really do work you like a Hebrew slave, huh? But
What
over
do you
here,
think this place was made on? It was made on slavery. So, what do you think? Like my son, he's off today, but I got because they're actually on a holiday. It's President's Day over here.
really?
You know, yeah, that's what they call it. It's President's Day. So he's off. My kids are off today, and he's over. So like today, I got meetings at 9:30. Ain't no look. I don't even have any vacation days at where I'm at. I said, okay. I said, I don't even care. I said, you know what? I said, thank you, Father, that I'm about to be done working for these heathens. And I want to be like, y'all only get days off when we tell you it's days off. I don't care if you're going to say, look, feast days, somebody's going to have to give me my foot massage. I don't care.
Oh my goodness. No, these lot, they would go crazy if they couldn't get their holidays.
No, because they're going to have white ankle bracelets. That's shout out to Sister Sharman. Shout out to Sister Sharman. They're gonna have them white ankle bracelets. That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Don't let that white ankle bracelet turn red. That's you know what I'm saying?
Blow your foot off.
Well, exactly. You got 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's not going to be no light electric shock. You're just going to be footless.
Exactly. We gonna
Footless
we
and not fancy free.
this will be a different roots. This is roots 21st century. What's my
But you still,
name?
but you still got to work. In fact, they will replace it with a wheel, so you can walk with one leg, and if you need to get there on time, because it won't be a problem anymore, you can wheel on in, and
Yeah.
you'll never be late again.
Look, I'm so messed up. They won't have wheels. They won't be walking on thumbtacks. You're gonna walk and feel it every single day.
Oh, that's mean.
Oh,
Ah,
that's a beast right there. That's a beast right there. Oh man. No, no, no. You're right. We're right. We'll just they'll just be augmented with the metal leg, a biometric leg, the biomechanical.
can you guys actually hear me clearly? There's a
Yeah,
lot
we can
of
actually hear you.
okay,
Yeah,
because there's a lot of noise. The wind is very windy. Um, you know, it's England, isn't it?
yeah. You got a lot of wind. The wind's still coming, but yeah, we could actually hear you pretty well. So yeah, that's okay. I'll treat the strangers right. Okay, because here's the thing: they know anyway that in 7 years, and in jubilees they get released. So they only have to work a little bit of time.
Mm.
They know look, the Most High's letting them game the system.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
you work for us, you will have some holidays. You will have the Sabbath, one day off, whatever. We we ain't gonna work you like a Hebrew slave. You lot couldn't handle that. Leave that to your Eastern oppressors. We won't be doing that. That's not us. But
Oh, I honestly, I believe. Look, that's going to be. Think about this. They're going to be reduced to 100 million, right?
mm,
90 million here in America. Think about that. That's 90 million people that they can experiment on,
ugh.
and that's not funny. I mean, to think about that. That's hey, if you want this, you need to have your social credit. If you want this, you need to have your UBI. The more augmentations of your body, the higher you are in your social credit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a bionic eyeball. I mean, like everything gets replaced, ears, heart. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the ultimate setup is now you can't die, and now you're going to continue until they say so, right? Like they'll work you to death, but you can't even die.
That's hell, basically.
That is hell, where the worm doesn't cease. And that's what they think is all cool. And these folks are like, no, we're gonna work you to death. Cause how do you equate literally um it's see people think that the national debt is like 30 trillion. It's actually a lot more. The debt is literally like oh, what's the debt? You can see it on like usdebtclock.org. Our debt's like hundreds of trillions of dollars.
Mhm.
Hundreds of trillions of dollars.
Well, whatever they say it's going to be, it's always going to be more. Whatever the numbers they
Yeah.
say we are, it's always going to be more.
Yep.
Whatever they say their numbers are, it's always going to be less. They
Mhm.
lie. I'm telling you, they lie more than they breathe. It's a natural. I don't know. It's like their resting state. They lie. They have to lie. It's almost like if they don't lie, they it's like if they don't like it's like how a shark, if it's not moving it might die or something like that. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that with them. If they're not lying, they might actually explode or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Anatomically, something will shut off, and they'll catch a heart attack.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. But
Where's
yeah.
Garth? Come on, Garth, get on down.
I,
I've got my meat patty right here and I need to eat it. My son's
yeah.
only just put it on in the microwave for me. I just got back in. and it's staring right at me. I'm not going to do a Sister E and eat. So sorry,
Well,
Sister E.
Garth is literally trying to shove down his buttermilk biscuits. He said, "Man, brother Cash, you caught me in the drive-through at Chick-fil-A."
Yeah, don't tell me no, Garth. Get up on here. You can't expect me to talk. Like, I like talking, but come on, man. Even I have my
Okay,
limits.
shit. So Sister Chantel, now, oh boy, here we go. All right, family, I told y'all the ground rules. Here we
Who's
go.
coming on now?
Oh, shalom, new being me. You,
Shalom. Um,
I can't hear.
you either need to turn up or yeah.
I'm letting her connect. All right. She disconnected. I don't know if she heard the ground rules. I think the Most High had to smack that connection on out of there because I was about to pull out the belt like Pootie Tang. What a ta!
Stop it.
Don't
Let's
come
not.
on
It's
out
just
here.
hours before Sabbath. Let's not.
Don't come on out here. In Haiti, in Jamaica. Look, you understand? Like, I don't really care too much about that. I don't really say like in America, I don't really care about that. I don't really have like that nationalism that like people get because you understand that's another idol. Well, I my the nationalism because why? They're going to separate us on all
Yeah,
fronts. All right, sister new
but
being me.
we've got to represent. We've also got to have.
Greetings.
Let me stop then. Let me stop talking.
Not greetings, family. And Karis, you're right. This whole national stuff, we need to be something new, something we've never been as a tribe collectively. I definitely would agree with you on that because that's the problem. These fake nationalities, that was created by our captors in the West. They've been playing Dungeons and Dragons and Monopoly and War with us for too long. So I'm just bigging up and I want to thank y'all for being on. What's up, Sister Chantel? Sakpase?
Hi, you're right. I'm sorry. I got a mouthful of food.
It's
This is
okay.
so
You
bad.
said you're not going to eat.
No, no.
She's
I
eating
said
that
I'm
Jamaican
going
beef
to eat.
patty.
I
Oh, I thought
am.
you said, well,
Mm-mm.
munch, because we need to eat. Oh, let me be quiet. I'm babysitting my niece and nephew here. I get so
No, no, no,
excited.
no. Talk, because I need to eat. Otherwise, I will pass out. And
Yes, so thank you.
so,
No, Karis, I really appreciate everybody's, patience and understanding. But like you said, it's a whole new thing. We can't get caught up in nationality. And I'm guilty of that. I used to be like, oh, represent my family. So, but we definitely have to get so past that at this point. Um, there's so much happening in Africa, and I know that sometimes y'all joke around about, in the wilderness, in the kingdom, in the new age. The one thing I know that, thank goodness, we may not. I pray that we don't have to be. I pray that those who hear the call, we go together in different waves, but we're all in one mind. And I feel that in Yeshua's kingdom, there won't be that Exodus confusion because our ancestors already been there, done that, you know, with Moshe here in the New World. And but I really do feel that it's really time that we start working and connecting with the brothers and sisters in Africa who hear the call, who actually are looking for that. They don't even know. Some know they're Judah, some don't. Some are not. I'm not gonna say that everybody in Africa is from not Judah, but from the 12 tribes. But we need to start building our relations with our brothers and sisters in various countries, wherever the Most High, wherever Yahweh Elohim puts our hearts. it's about building because they're trying to attack us at all fronts. And when I say they, internationally, the West as well as Asia, we cannot just be like, oh, okay, China's the new, no, because we're about to get really into some serious problems. Currently, being from the Caribbean, when we had China in Haiti and in Jamaica, we had so many of our donkeys slaughtered and murdered. That's happening on the continent right there, right now.
Right now, yeah, I saw that. I saw an actual
They
episode.
wreck it
Like
up.
yeah, they're like, what's happening with the donkeys, and like, yeah, they're just getting shipped. It's so, but you understand. Look, it's one of these things. For right now, you got to take the hand that's helping you.
It's true, but you know what? With the hand that's helping us, we have to make, just like with any relationship, you have to make those boundaries right away, or it's going
Well,
to get real ugly. So
yeah,
we as
well,
Africans and
we
African,
understand the boundary. Okay, we understand the boundaries. The problem is our brothers and sisters on the continent, they don't understand the boundaries because they really never understood what a boundary looks like. You get
and
what I'm
okay,
trying
and
to.
remember, we have to understand that slavery never went away in the continent. And a lot of my friends, brothers and sisters and friends who I know that are directly from the continent, they will tell you the stories of their ancestors that were murdered, killed, lynched. They know these stories. They
Mhm.
have just been conditioned,
Yeah.
slowly beat down. So remember, slavery never, them people never left Africa, my friend. They never left. So we have
Well,
to come in.
they didn't, and that's the same here. That's the same here in America. You think
Exactly.
slavery went away? No, the 13th Amendment even provides for slavery. They just said instead of slaves, they said criminals, right? And
It's true.
who's the criminal class? Black folks. Domestically speaking, who actually by aggregate numbers and percentages, who's really the criminal class? It's actually white
And
folks by and
exactly.
large.
And bro, let's be real. I I live in Northern California. They just stole this place just recently. Okay, this just happened in 1860. We're living out. We're still living in it in in California, Southern and North Bay. This is still indigenous territory that was stolen from people, and we're still dealing with that here. So
Oh yeah,
yes,
they want their land back, but you got to remember,
no, I'm
see,
just saying from a Western perspective, this just
yeah.
happened 1860. They just come up here, took it from from let's say the Spanish, but yeah, they're still reprobated mind, thinking that yeah, I'm talking about the Western people, European people, thinking that they own this. No, you stole this. You stole this from somebody else who stole this. Excuse me.
Well, yeah, but and I understand that. Now the thing is now for the in terms of the Native American population, it's like this. Well, I don't care who fights, right? I don't care who gets destroyed. As long as I get my stuff coming back to me, then
And
I'm all for that, right? It's always
it's
the
true. You know
benefit.
what? Mine. I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. But Karis, yes, my Native American friends tell me all of you guys are foreigners. We want all you guys out of here.
Oh, trust me, we want to leave, but we want to leave with our wealth. We want to leave with our money. We want to leave with our wages. That's
Mm,
what people. That's the whole thing. It's like, look, no, we'll gladly leave because why? We
Hmm.
know that this isn't our land. But what we want is we want our wages. And here's the problem: we can't necessarily just be on out of here and then have our oppressors and our captors chasing us back down a few months later. No, that has to see what the Most High is doing is he's bringing total destruction on them, not just some destruction, not partially. And this is what they're scared of. They're scared of now that literally in about a week's time, that fate's going to get decided. You get what I'm saying? Because why? Because now
Definitely.
they're bringing that the Nord Stream and everything up to trial to
Mm.
trial a governing body in the UN, and I don't care how much that governing body is so swayed and we know it's a fix. They know it's a fix. That's why they said impartial. They'll never have partiality. They even said that they won't have partiality. But what they're going to do is they're going to give America that choice. Will you tell the truth or are you going to lie?
Sorry.
You get what I'm telling you? No, and it's inevitable. Because why? Because that's what
Because they
they've
have
been.
to do it.
That's what they have to. I have to lie. I have to lie, and I have to lie some more. So they're gonna go. They're gonna tell them, "Here's this. Now prove that you didn't do it." And they're gonna say, "We didn't do it." Why? Because we say so. Oh, okay. Well, you're not going to get away with saying that to another white person. Sorry, that I'm white and I say so isn't going to happen.
Mm.
Then what's going to happen is then they're going to
I call
say,
that white on. I call that white on white grime.
"Oh, yeah, oh, it's definitely white on white crime. It's definitely white on white crime." But the problem is, it's another country that they've
No, I
always
said
been afraid.
grime. White on white grime.
Oh, grime. It's grimy.
Grime.
Yeah, both
Because
of
it
them are
gets
grimy.
grimy. It gets grimy when they be
Yeah,
looking
both
at
of them
each
are
other.
grimy.
When you get two Karens together, oh my gosh, that's the best fight in the world. Bring your popcorn. It gets getting grimy.
But I would actually kind of argue, yeah, it's two Karens, but one Karen is actually trying to keep another Karen away. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Sorry.
and that's
Can
the
you see
whole
what
thing.
Garth said? Mayo and
Mm-hmm.
mayo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God's trying to shut my
That's why it's
channel
like the
down.
fight of the Titans. And like you said, brother, it is the fight of I know you didn't say the fight of the Titans, but they are getting utterly destroyed by each other, you know? It's a fight on fight. Uh, but yes, we have to use those instruments that are available to us. And the UN, the Most High, is making them have to confront that. Now, as you were talking, and I don't want to interrupt, brother, because you have so much great things to say, but there are some instruments we can use. The UN, the African nation, the AOU, African organization, the African Union,
Mhm.
and perhaps the EWF. Now, a lot of people don't realize that. I think I heard the EWF, Ethiopian World Federation, is the one that's bringing Madonna to face her little sexual pedophile trials because of
I'm
what
sorry. Say what?
they,
What?
I think it's the EWF, the Ethiopian World Federation, that has brought the case against Madonna and the adoptions and the pedophile stuff. So there's certain instruments that are available to us.
Yeah,
I'll
but but
pause.
but
Pause.
again, but again, those instruments are there, and here's the thing: you can have an instrument, but if you don't have an instrument that has teeth to it, it's not an instrument, right? You have to have something that has uh, teeth. Now, the problem that America has been facing is the teeth that we've have here and that we've had over these last couple of years. Now it's called resource constraint, right? Now it's, well, we don't have that economic longevity that we once had in terms of being able to get those resources on over. And those resources are now being pulled over to China. And now China's been leading that. I mean, do you all understand that now they have to release another 26 million barrels of oil from the strategic oil reserve? We're at the like most dangerous levels because you want to know why? Because we've been trying to give the oil over to the Europeans. That's why. Because why? Well, we're selling them oil at our expense. They don't care.
Mhm.
They don't care. Oh, well, when we win this war, that's what they're counting on. They're counting on that they're playing. This is the biggest game of Monopoly that they're playing, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna win this. We're gonna do this." Why do you think they were saying, "Hey, don't worry, don't worry. We're just gonna squeeze on Russia," and then it was, "Well, we don't want regime change," and then it was, "Well, we want total regime change," and then it was, "Well, we want Russia to totally fall," because that's what they're aiming on. And Russia said, "Nope, not gonna
And you
happen.
know
I
what?
know who I am in prophecy. I know that I'm the bear in prophecy. We're gonna figure this thing on out." And this is why they
I'm
haven't backed
glad you
down.
mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that, the Ezekiel 39 prophecy. That's a very important prophecy. I don't know if it's the bear, but I think in Ezekiel 39. Now, interesting when we go into that, they're talking about the little prince of Russia. Now, we can talk about that, but I feel like some Christians or European westernized Christians want to say that Ezekiel 39 is speaking against Russia, but if you really look at it, it seems like it's speaking against Ukraine. Like the little prince of Russia, and then it talks about the other countries surrounding it, Turkey, um, Syria, the East. It seems more closer to that because Russia's way up in the north, whereas Ukraine is further. That's something, if you guys want to build on it later on. I know y'all and Teo Ministries can really get into that, but that's something like you said, it's in that. But you were going on a great tangent, and I don't want to interrupt
Yeah, no, Ezekiel 39 is when we're back in our land.
but I do want to say
That's
something
even when
about
it,
that.
that's even
They
what's shown. It's when we're back in our land. Now
oh
the
yeah, okay.
and that's Gog and,
Is it
and
Ezekiel
that's
39?
Gog and Magog. That's Gog and Magog. That's when they're back.
Magog. Yeah,
That's
and
when
that
we're
Gog and
back in our
Magog
land.
is in Russia.
No, it's not.
But I thought Gog and Magog was
No,
was it's not.
no,
Gog and Magog is
no,
not
it's
in
not.
North Europe. Okay,
Gog is
okay.
Gomer. Gog is Gomer. Gomer is the Anglo Saxons for the most part. Magog is Togomar. Is the rest. That's your China. That's your predominantly Asian countries, which is
Oh,
Togomar, which is Magog.
okay.
So this is yeah.
Well,
So
okay. Well,
so the
this.
way that goes is that when so they're so right now we're literally around Ezekiel 37, which is Gog versus Magog. So they're fighting each other. But when they fight each other, that's when we get released and we're coming back into our land. Because why? Because there's different mechanisms that's going on out here. And that's why with these mechanisms that we see happening, um, we are able to even talk about going back into our land because now our people are understanding, wow, they're coming back. The two sticks are coming back together. But see, it had to take a strong arm of someone else to release us from our captors because remember, they've had the strongest arm in human history. That's where that's what the Most High said. Look, that they trust in their hands. But cursed is a nation. Cursed is a people that trust in the power of their own hand. And now that curse is coming up against them full speed ahead because they didn't understand how the Most High will say, well, that's fine if you think that you can do that, but guess what? I'll just raise up another nation that will be even stronger than you. Now, at that time, when that nation raises on up, then guess what? Then, then we start to come to ourselves and we get released. We're going to be released. And it's going to be more than likely a violent release. Hey, Russia said that if y'all don't leave, they're going to use nukes. Well, this is just hypothesizing. You know what I'm saying? It's just hypothesizing. But the problem is that we don't know what that negotiation would be. Do you think that they would tell that to folks? Do you think that our media would even say, "Hey, part of part of what Russia said is they want all Africans of African American descent to be let go because they believe that they're still in captivity, they're still being oppressed, they're still here, they're still that, and they want a fund set up. And I wouldn't put it
Mm-hmm.
past them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? Just to humor Russia, we've allowed the Treasury Department to to allow folks to get um to get access to this fund, to get access to this, so they can leave. We've allowed
Oh,
folks.
and they never blame. They say they just found it in their heart to give it to us. They never say that
That's what
Russia
they,
is
yeah, that's what, yeah,
holding
they would
it.
say that.
It's in our hearts,
Exactly.
and and HR eight, whatever that was, the HR bullcrap number back in the day. They'll bring that dust that back out. You know,
In light of
you're right.
reflection, right? In light of self-reflection. Now the problem is that they would say that to what? Not just us, they would say that to all of the Western European nations that is doing what? Because if you think about that, right, it's a great war tactic and war strategy because what are you doing? You are getting rid of the most valuable resources of that country. And those resources in the
And
West
let's
have
be
always
real.
been us.
Well, actually, let me just say that it's not only that we're the resources; they're holding us for ransom because they know that the Most High is not going to destroy us here while we're here.
Yes.
While we're so they're actually holding us for ransom. Like, no, we need to keep the Hebrews here because they've been afraid of the day of reckoning since the day they emancipated the slaves. Like, right, the next day they were, oh my gosh. That's why they brought in Jim Crow. I mean, the day of reckoning has been their biggest fear.
Well,
So,
exactly. But
Newbie and
what we've
me.
been telling them,
Sorry, I just wanted to say your reception is you sound like chatbot. It's really
okay, because
metallic.
I'm in the mountains. Yeah, you know what?
Oh,
And
okay.
seriously, I'm in the mountains and I really live in a very European place. So I'm sure they be tapping in on me like, oh, she's at it again.
Yeah,
For
because
real,
like
for real.
your word is
Okay.
distorted and everything. It's like,
They do, you know, I shouldn't be having these problems. They just know that I get on these streets. So I'll call back. They do. I live in the mountains, but there are a lot of them preppers up in here. So I'll talk to you. I'll call you guys. I'll call back. Give thanks.
Brother Dave, what's going on, Brother Dave?
Morning, family. Good morning, family. How y'all doing? Hey, listen. The reason why I chimed in is because I saw this morning just before I got on to listen to you. They had
Yeah.
the guy's called the Gospel of Christ. It's his page, and this place is called Asbury University. They got white folks. I mean, they're coming from all over the world. A lot in the United States, but all over the world. It's a university, and they're lifting up their hands and they're going into worship like it's a revival. And I'm like, wow,
huh?
they
What?
really feeling it.
Feeling what? What are they feeling?
There, it started with a couple people, and then all of a sudden it started spreading. Now you should like on this guy's video that he's showing, there is wall to wall white people, and they're in there raising their hands up, trying to ask God to save this judgment that's on this land, to stop the judgment that's on this land. I looked at this just before I'm listening to Karis in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, is anybody watching this? And they had to open up other areas because it was so jam packed. And they said the people that are coming from all over the world to this university just for
Wow, that sounds
Wow. Right.
crazy. That sounds crazy. It puts me in mind of what is it? I think it's Proverbs where it says that, the spirit of wisdom, you didn't want to hear it. And what does it say? It says, I hate paraphrasing, but I don't have my I don't have my word in front of me, but it basically says that, the spirit of wisdom is walking in the streets and everybody's ignoring. And that when they start crying out, you be crying out to the Most High, but he ain't hearing you. In fact, he's going to laugh at you. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like, I kind of feel like he's probably looking down right now and he's holding his belly and laughing because
Right.
Let me tell you why that. Let me tell you why that's all fake. Let me tell you why that's all fake. Because, listen, repenting without repairing is false. It's false. It's false. Well, please forgive us. Forgive us for what? Just forgive us to forgive us. You mean forgive you for you stealing from us? Stealing wealth, stealing labor is stealing wealth. Give us our money. That's James chapter 5. They can't quote James chapter 5. They hate that. I'm surprised they took it. They didn't take it out. So I don't care what type of. You know what that is? That's literally. It's just idolatry. I'm gonna get my feelings and I'm gonna idolize myself and I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I feel, oh, that makes me feel better to cry it on out don't I feel good? Cry it on out, let it go, cry it out.
it's a therapy session, a mass therapy session.
Yes, yes. That's all it is. Oh, do you feel better now that you cried out?
Would you like a
Yeah,
hug?
that's good.
Would you
But
like
you
a
don't want to go.
lollipop?
Yeah, now tell them to write a check. Oh, I can't do that.
Clam up.
Yep. Nope. No, thank you. I can't do that. No way. No way.
Hey, did you guys see diaspora news? Over here, the Ukrainian refugees over here, they are complaining that there's too many black and brown people, too many black people, too many Muslims in this country. One woman
The
was staying with a
Ukrainians.
white woman. Yes, the
It's the
Ukrainians.
Ukrainians. Right.
Yeah. This woman, yeah, she was staying with this white woman, and she turned around and she said her son was enrolled into the local school around that area, and she turned around and said when she brought him to the school, she saw that the school is pretty much predominantly black and Muslim, black and brown, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't feel safe. My child is. I don't feel safe with my child being at this school with all these people." And I'm like, "Are you for real? How are you saying that? Where did you just come from? Who is
Yeah, I'll
killing
tell
you?"
them. Just turn back around and re-enroll your child over in them Ukrainian schools.
in
Enjoy
the
yourself.
history in the history when did we because yeah, like when did melanated people, whether it's black people, Indian people, Australian, when did we or American, and when I say American, I ain't talking about these pale face people, when did we as a people, separate or collective, come into your house, take your stuff, remove your vast resources that you lot have so much of? When did we do that? When did we put you into slavery? When did we do that for you to fear that we're going to do something to you? Why are you in here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Ask yourself, why are you here? If you are here, you're here because it's people that look like you are killing you. So what you got to say? Oh my gosh, these people.
Yeah, Russians are blonde hair and blue eyed, and guess what? They're still shooting other Russians that are blonde hair or Ukrainians that are blonde hair and blue eyes. So I don't know that
But
equation.
there's always been a rift between Ukrainians and Russians. Always
Yeah.
been a rift between them. So and I like dealing better with Russians than Ukrainians. I've dealt with both, but Ukrainians they got some crap about them.
Well, you got to remember, though. Remember, look, they carry a neo-Nazi ideology. That's literally what has come out. That's their That's their ideology. Nothing. Nobody made that up.
Right.
That's why I was surprised. I was like, why do we even interact with these folks? Well, remember, look, you got to remember, everything's being revealed to us at this time. Everything's being revealed to us. The problem is, we didn't know where Nazism had come from, and it came
Mhm.
from over here in the U.S. It came
Mhm.
from the United States. It literally came from out of the Midwest. Believe it or not, that's where Nazism came from. The brown shirts and stuff like that. It wasn't anything that was unique to Germany. That actually came from us in the 19. It's like the teens, the 20s,
Mhm.
and then it got adopted by Hitler and his ideology,
Yeah,
and
I
Right.
that
think it's
literally
probably
came
even
from us.
further back than that, because when you think about the people that came out of that place, came out of Ukraine, and we know who came out of Ukraine, we also know who's trying to get back into Ukraine.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's a ancient, thing for that. Yeah, we understand that. That's why Ulam, okay, is where they say is their ancestral home.
Mm,
They listen, that was something that they stated. That's where they go. That's supposedly where they do their their pilgrimages too. Why would they do have their pilgrimages there?
hmm
You get what I'm telling you? Because
mm.
here's the thing: they know that soil over there that they want to call Israel is fake. It's all fake.
Dried up thing. Ugh. It's
Yeah.
not. Do you know what? It's not even a runway for an airplane. It's a runway for the fallen, for the entities, for the little grey men or whatever color they come in.
Well, I believe that was a natural barrier that the Most High had set up. With the land. You get what I'm telling you? I believe that was a natural barrier, and over time, right, the Gentile powers had crossed through that barrier, and actually, I believe that that's where you have those Horites, you have Seir, and things of that nature. I believe that that's all just Edom, in my
Mm.
opinion. That's not Israel. That's all Edom.
I agree. I agree. I mean, when you think about the fact that you've got um, well, what's it called? What's that rock? And it's hewn, and you can see that they build the same way. Petra, right?
Yeah,
When you see that that's where it is. I mean, they're comfortable there because it's their home, it's
it's
their
their home.
place.
Yeah, yeah. They
It
just got more sophisticated with it.
what just happened?
He went off again. He was having problems yesterday.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, I had to
Sorry,
look at there he is.
sorry, I kicked myself out of the studio. I was getting so I was like, ah! I pulled a Garth. Ah!
ah, getting vexed.
The Most High is not a woman.
It
Ah!
was almost anime the way he was like, ah! Oh my gosh. I sent you the video, by the way.
Yeah, let me share this video. I want to get some thoughts here on this. Let me share this video.
Shauna Shade, you may
Free,
want to step away. And you as
free,
well, Sharonda.
free use. I mean, it's bad, but here in America, it's like we see it all before. I mean, unfortunately, in America, that's kind of how that goes.
We have it. We just didn't. We. It's kind of hard to explain.
Can y'all see it, family? Can y'all see it? No. Y'all want to see a dead body? No, I'm just.
Oh gosh.
It's not like that. Not like that. All right, so y'all can see it. Let me put this on here.
Shauna Shade, put your shades up.
Okay, let me show. There they go, walking on up.
Get my phone! That's it, man! That's it! Kick the head, punch the face off her! Punch her face and kick, get her head beat off the floor! Beat her head off the floor! That's it, get her back!
And see, when a black girl would be winning, then it was like they jump on in.
That's it, kick her in the face!
Josie! She's year 6 now, Whitney.
Step on her face, Whitney! Kick her in the face! Kick her in the face! That's it!
And they just roll on up.
Whitney!
Nobody's going on out there.
Get up in her! Get up in her!
More important stuff happening.
Get up in her! Kick her! Kick her in the face! Keep doing it! Quick! Keep doing it! Get up in her!
See, the black girl would get advantage,
Go on, honey!
and then it's fought. Now it's 4 of them ganging up.
That's it! Honey! Honey, get on her! Get on her!
All right.
Get on her! Get on her, honey! Honey, that's it! That's it! Hey, you can't get that!
Grabbing her braids and stomping her.
Alright! Get her, Catherine! That's it, Catherine!
And nobody's doing nothing right outside the school.
Hold on, Whitney! Look at Whitney! Go!
3 on 1.
Come on, Whitney! Get her, Catherine! Honey, get on!
Can we let go?
Get on, honey!
And then they just come up all nonchalant and casual. We've been seeing this for a while, and we just.
That's it! Oh, get her!
All right, that's all I gotta show.
It's hard to watch though. That's a child. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Let me just explain this to you, to black folks. Why are you still trying to fight? Like, run. All right, she's black. She's probably in shape. If she had the cardiovascular wherewithal to continue in that fight, man, run your ass on out of there. Sorry that I'm cursing.
I kind of disagree. I disagree with you.
No, you don't. I'm going to tell you this. You don't have a tactical advantage after that.
That's
You
true.
don't. You don't. And when you have parents like that, that are trying to egg it on, then guess what? That's when it becomes dangerous. You're no longer fighting. You're in a mob that's that's going to try to do what? Do worse. That's how they think. That's how they act. Don't think that you don't have lynchings. That's where it came from. It came from Europe.
sorry,
Right.
Letitia Israel asks, was the girl black? Yes, she is. Her braids were all over. They know how to hurt you. Especially when it comes. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't like these females. I don't. I know what they're about. They will yank out your hair, your braids. They're hoping to make you go bald. Kick her in the head. I mean, come on, that's their mother. Okay. My mum said that they sound like I think it was either my mum or my dad, but it's one of them terms said they sound like the what do you call them people?
KKK?
No, not them. The gypsies.
Neo-Nazis? Oh,
The gypsies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're racist as anything. But then when you understand most of these gypsies, where they come from, because they all originate from that same place.
yeah.
All of
Khazaria.
them.
They come from Khazaria, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Khazaria, whatever you want to call it.
You can bleach your hair as much as you want, but God, we saw them dark roots. We saw them. Wicked, spiteful something.
Yeah, look. All that girl needed, look, when those other girls were beating on her, I know she could probably have stood her ground, but when you have the parents that are there, that's a lynching, and it's like you just have to. What you're gonna have to do, just kick a person straight in the face. And I taught my kids this. And you may not like it. I don't care. I told you. I have military training, mixed martial arts training. I taught my kids how to stomp somebody. You stomp that person in the face, in the nose, and you cause a sudden or a stop of air intake.
Right.
Oh no, I told him I fight very dirty. You
Mhm.
pop somebody in the eyeballs, you hit somebody in the throat.
Thumbs, thumbs. That's why. Why do you think I said kick them in the or stomp them in the chest to the
You,
point where they breathe? It whistles.
no, chest. Believe it or not, the chest is actually the hardest thing to stomp
Yeah,
Right.
because the chest
it
is
is.
actually a rib cage, and that rib cage actually takes a tremendous amount of pressure.
Well, it's-
Even
mhm.
even a stomp isn't going to be very detrimental, but the neck area, those soft areas, oh, they are exposed,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that's
but
how I let's.
I'm not talking about fighting men.
No,
The
I'm not
women,
talking about fight.
the
No, I
women,
did
no,
this.
but the
No,
women know what I'm talking about. The
yeah.
women know what I'm talking about when I
My
say that.
my daughter is undefeated in fighting. Let me tell you, my daughter is undefeated. Okay, because I told her what to use. She used her feet. She played soccer, and what did she do? She kicked the kid so hard in her side, she folded over, and she
Mhm.
was done. She folded over. I said, "That's what you had to
Yep.
do."
Liver kick will do it every time.
Yep. I said, don't go for the chest. I said, you go on in there, get them in your zone. I said, and then you kick them hard. And then when she came home crying, and then my wife and I were married at the time. Like, did you win? Did you win? She said, yeah, I won. She said the girl couldn't hardly breathe. I said, that's right. I
Hello.
said, that's right. And hi, Miss JSBS, Miss Chantel's mom.
Oh,
I
Greetings,
just had to
greetings,
come
Cher.
on after hearing Chantal put that video. You put that video on
well, I
and
didn't.
just
Kaz
said
did.
that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can.
Oh yeah. What really went down is that the black girl, they picked on the black girl because she stuck up for a white girl.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
Mm.
really?
Yeah, and that girl did not come to help.
Oh, could you do me a
They
favor?
went,
Could you say hello, Dave, real quick?
Oh, what me?
"Hello, Dave."
Oh,
Okay.
mom did it. Mom did it.
Oh man,
Uh,
from, across the pond, the
why she
pond.
leave?
I don't know.
What happened?
Yeah, but that's why But I'm gonna tell you this: black folks, traditionally we used to be able to fight, and then we just didn't learn how to fight. And the reason we didn't learn how to fight is because we didn't have any black men in the home to teach us how to square up. I literally had to have my uncle teach me how to square up, how to actually be able to steady myself in a fight, how to actually keep my hands tucked in, how to actually make a fist.
Keep your chin down.
Exactly. Keeping your chin down and not exposing it so you don't get knocked out. So your
And
your knockout button doesn't get pushed. And then I had to teach that to my sons. And I said, look, if you square up, you're gonna fight somebody. That punch is coming out. And that punch is gonna be that sneaky behind punch that's gonna rock their world. And let me tell you, these kids, when they see how my sons square up and now they move, how they tactically move, they move like boxers. I don't have them moving like all crazy, loosey juicy fruit. No. These folks are moving, and they're moving with their angles, and they're moving to expose the weak parts. And I always tell them, I said, don't go for the head. I said, go for the neck. No, no, no. I'm a bad, no, no. I'm going to tell you,
Shoken.
I told him this. I said, "Look, it's much easier to tell your side of the story when they're dead."
To the
Mhm.
victor goes the spoils, isn't it?
Yep,
Right.
yep. How did this
That's
start?
right.
It was his fault, and I was just defending myself. Case closed. We're in Florida. It's real easy. It's real easy.
tell you the truth, I'm kind of afraid to even fight nowadays because how many videos have you seen where a guy hits another guy, he falls down, hit his head on the concrete and dies? I'm like, God, like when I was young, we never heard of that. You know, they
These
don't
folks
even
gonna die.
I
These
mean, they
folks
don't
gonna
make
die
men like they
because
used to.
because they injected their stuff. They're gonna die just on pure contact. You can slap them. You can slap them. They're just
Right.
gonna fall out from being a.
That actually happened to
You
a
know what I'm
dude.
saying?
He slapped him, his head hit the ground, he died. I'm like, God, what a punk.
You
Are
died from
you
a
are you for
slap.
real?
Yeah, over a slap. He slapped him.
You died from a slap.
I can hear them going,
You,
"Oh, you
you
slapped
never,
me!
you know,
How dare you, bro?"
Shit.
Dave, I know you grew up in Philly, so you know how many folks would be slap boxing each other. Throw them
Right,
hands, slap box.
right,
These folks should die from slaps, man.
right.
Well, at least if you get a knight's gauntlet or something and slap them with that, then maybe something heavy and metal, just slapping somebody and they get knocked out from that, or hitting their head and dying. That's
Right,
embarrassing.
right.
That's embarrassing. That was a Judah slap. That's what Angela Bolton said.
Man,
That was a Judah.
I'm about
Came
to.
with the roar as well.
You see that WWE clip where it's like they get that thing Booker T and slap that dude in the chest. He's like, I can't only breathe.
I saw that as well. That echoed, boy. You
Oh
heard
my
it.
goodness.
I think when he did that, I think his heart came out of rhythm.
That it was
Missed
an
it.
EK.
Maybe
That thing was a defibrillator, an AED slap. My mom slapped
Right.
me back to life.
be like
Clear.
my heart skipped a beat.
Oh man, yeah,
Just
and but
greetings.
most people don't fight anymore because you want to know why? They're quick to pull out a gun. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's why I always like to look at it like this: if they're buck enough to like come to me, then they're buck enough to pull out a gun. But
Right.
I try to I have to explain this, and let me tell you this, people. That's why you have to be at least 3 feet away. At least. You can't be any farther than that. Okay. And here's the thing, I would rather take a punch than take a bullet.
Right.
You get what I'm telling you? Because if they're 3 feet away, they're not going to pull out that gun on you like that. It's too close. It's close quarters.
Hey,
Because
Carl.
why? Because you can easily wrap your hand around that person. You could wrap your arm around that person, and now that person's out of the fight with the sidearm, and you can roll
Mhm.
up on them. You can roll up on them. Like,
Mhm.
all right, try and shoot. Now that I'm crushing your hands within that trigger well.
If
Try
you
and
really
shoot.
want some real tactics, you should look at that dude from Detroit. He'll teach you how to disarm people.
Yeah.
So
Oh
Hey,
God.
we're expecting you. Well, come on in. Come on in. Right at the early gate. No, but I'm being dead serious because because where I'm at here in Florida, it's like, you know, it's concealed carry, it's stand your ground, it's this and that. And see, if they're gonna try to get buck with you, if they're gonna try and, white people don't generally get buck with black folks unless they're carrying
there's a
something.
group of them, or a group of them.
Exactly. That's the
No,
Well,
same way
not even a
I
Caribbean
was
group.
just gonna
people.
say
Not
when you
even a
saw
group.
that
Not even a
video,
group of them.
notice that there
Really?
was
I
no
mean,
notice there was
Not
like
even
a
a
whole
not even a
legion.
they always
if
try to
they
group up on me.
if you're small, then yeah, they'll try to no. Like for me, I never get even for groups, I've had that before. But I mean I'm a bigger guy, so I understand. They won't. They won't unless they have a weapon. And that's what I know. It's like, oh, they got a weapon. It's like, but they don't understand how quick I move. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like even my son's like, Dad, your hands are so like quick. I'm like, yeah. I said, because you want to know why? because I know how to strike. That's like when you've been doing something for 20 years, like, all right, I just know how to strike.
You're
If I
Master
know what I'm gonna
Roshi
do,
now.
I'm gonna be catching flies with chopsticks. No, I don't, but I understand. It's like, look, once I'm in your strike zone, I know what I'm going to, right? And I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna go to your neck. I'm gonna go to your neck. First things first. When you can't breathe, you panic. When you panic, you ain't in the fight anymore because you're trying to breathe.
Mhm.
So what are you trying to do? You're trying to grip up your neck. Good. Now your face is exposed, and I'm just gonna beat you to the ground. I'm gonna beat you till I feel comfortable enough to not beat you anymore.
Yo, you sound violent. You got issues,
Oh, I
dude.
am violent. I am violent.
I could tell. I could tell, Brother Karras is,
That's why I said, look, come
you
on.
have to keep
That's
it.
why I said, trolls, I want you to step up. Please step up.
I know he's like kept
Karras,
his
you
calm.
gotta be like
You're like the Hulk, right,
Jesus.
bro, Karras?
Oh
You're
man,
always
I
angry.
look. I was licking my chops. I was like, I can't. Oh man, a Florida man
You're
has
the
been
Hulk. I'm always
convicted.
angry. How do you stay from keeping it? I'm always
He went
angry.
too. The authorities said he went too far in standing his ground. Oh yeah. Because once I get you, then
Sound like you need
you look.
Jesus, dude.
I'll get you. Look, I'm gonna pull you in the house. I'm not gonna let you go. Yeah, look, I'm gonna interrogate you. Who's unsent you? I got a certain set of skills.
No, man. You need to let that Horite Jesus just wash his love over you and bring you down into the valley of
You
peace.
know that my Elohim is the Elohim of war. I'm gonna tell you this. And if you showing up, we going to war.
Karis, you remind me of that proverb that says the kingdom suffers violence and the violent take it by force. Is that your thing? You got to take it back by force, right? Double
No,
force.
you showing up. Look, you showing up. No, I'm gonna fight you. You just didn't think that I was gonna fight you. Go fist to cuff. Oh no. If you walk away being able to still have 20/20 vision, that's a blessing for you. Because I'm going straight for your eyes. I'm going straight for your ears. All right. Because I understand how.
Self-preservation.
No, well, it's this, but no, I'm gonna destroy you, and I'm gonna make it that, you're gonna be disabled, whether
The
for a
wilderness
little
is going to
bit
be
or for the
quite
rest
an
of your life.
experience. The
No,
wilderness is going to be quite an experience now, man.
Step into my dojo.
I think I need
Step
some
into
training,
my
Brother
dojo.
Karras. In the wilderness, you're gonna train me how to use a samurai sword and all that, right?
Oh
You know how to
yeah.
do that.
Oh, we gonna do some body hardening like it's not even funny.
You can take bamboo sticks and hit people's stomachs.
I'm gonna take whatever sticks I can find. You're gonna have to fight some cheetahs in order to get out my dojo. Fight this line here, Brother Garf.
All right. What did Daniel do?
Use my techniques, or you gonna get eaten up. Speaking of, his T3 and me. All right. Speaking of, I'm gonna ask him. Sister Siobhan, you got that line ready that I ordered? That's my sparring line. Shalom, Sister Siobhan. Welcome. Man, this thing went global.
Yeah. I think this is my first time getting on one of your live.
Yeah. No, we got it worldwide from Tanzania. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I told him. I
Yeah.
said, look, they think that it's gonna be all nice and neat in the wilderness. Now we learning how to be an army again. We learning how to fight again and protect ourselves again. Ain't none of this. Oh, well, you want to know what? We're gonna use drone technology. Nope. I said, Sister Siobhan, I said, I'm gonna have to get that tiger on order. I said that's gonna be my sparring partner.
You can go get one of them lions that's running amok in the movies.
I will be. The beast won't have nothing on me, okay? What is the matter with Brother Karras? Why is he so scarred up like that? looking like a messed up Killmonger.
It's the
Oh man,
military. It was the military. They trained you correctly. Still
You-
left you scarred.
All these
no, I'm
scars
glad.
were all the kills
No,
of lions
I'm
I
glad
killed.
that I got trained correctly because you can't be going like you're squaring up, especially if you're in the streets. You can't be trying to square up like you're in a organized boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? It's like
All
stop
right, put
with
up your
that.
dukes, fam. Put up your dukes. Put up
Yeah,
your dukes.
yeah. You start trotting to somebody like it's the 1900s. I mean, look. Oh, we're gonna have a sporting affair. Get out of here. No, I'm
All
gonna get
right,
on
brother.
top of you.
You accosted me, gentlemen. Are you accosted me first? Put up your dukes. All right, we're gonna do this. All proper like.
Shalom, Sister T3 and me. I had to step away, so yeah.
Speaking
God-
of
Shalom, sis. Shalom,
much
sis.
violence.
blessing, sis. Holding
too
up
much
the
violence.
Shalom,
continent for
everyone.
us. Thank you.
Yeah, you know it.
So,
So I mean, that's the whole thing. Now, in the wilderness, that's not going to happen. Everybody's going to be a candidate that was there. Everybody's going to have a red bracelet.
Yeah.
it's funny that you say all this because I literally read Jeremiah, what is it, 50, and he said, "You're gonna be my battle axe." And now you're talking about all these tactics of how to, I think he literally meant like we are gonna be his battle axe. Like we're gonna somehow have to like
Yeah.
fight.
His,
you
his
have to-
weapons of war.
You have to throw some people off.
Fight.
Does anybody
I'm not going to evacuate out of here with just nothing. No, I'm going to be armed evacuating. Trust me. I'm going to be armed. Yeah. Who is this brother running down the street with these weapons on him, looking like Contra? All I'm just doing is just firing. That's all I'm doing. How about
Somehow learn Hadouken out of nowhere. Hadouken.
Spinning bird kick. And Blanca, oh my gosh, I was literally talking about him the other day. I'm like, doesn't Blanca mean white, but this man is green with red hair? Anyway, I'll leave it right there.
Well, can I did anybody hear that a lot of the Ukrainians that are coming here, it's American families that are like quote unquote adopting them, and they're getting like $6,000 per family. Did anybody hear about that?
Adopt a Ukrainian today.
Yeah, they're fighting. It seems like that's why they're supposedly here to fight somebody's fight. Because I don't know if anybody's seen recently on social media, there's like you were saying, there's all these disparaging reports from Ukrainians that are like getting robbed by Black people. Black people are doing this to them. It's a whole propaganda.
That's lies.
I
lies.
know, but it's happening on the social media, accents and everything. I just came from the Ukraine, and they stole my Xbox and all this bullcrap.
But it's never in the act, right? They never show videos of us doing it in the act.
It's total fake European acting tears. You can see that, but it just seems like there's this whole ramp up. It's like they're supposed to be their Rambos, like the supremacist or okay, I'm not going to call them supremacists. The white
they are
complex. No, they're not supreme. They think they're supreme. They're inferior. So let me say, white people with inferior complexes. It seems like they're bringing these Ukrainians here to fight their white fight. And that's what it seems like, since we're talking about fighting. And they're getting paid. People are literally getting paid.
No. I don't mean supreme. I only mean they're supreme in their evil and how they carry on. I don't mean they're not supreme to us, but their supremacy is in the way that they treated us, the whole world. They are supreme in that.
In wickedness. Exactly. I'll give them that. And bro, if y'all can, seriously, this gives us an opportunity. Harris, you should adopt some of these Ukrainians, flip their whole mind up, just flip them. You know what? Let's adopt these guys, flip them over, take that money, go to Africa. Why not? They're giving them. Why not?
That hate is too much ingrained, man. There's no flipping nothing.
No,
Now
no,
I'm just
thank you.
saying, get that money. I'm just saying.
Just for
First of
50
Why?
all,
cents a
the
Why?
day.
thing about
That's
us is we're black people. I'm just joking, but first of all, black people, African people, we're the most loving, friendliest people ever. But I'm saying if you really want to mind screw them, you get that money and just change the people on their mind and teach them white supremacy
you-
101. But they're already
but
Nazis, so it
that's
doesn't really
that's
matter.
been ingrained in
They're
their that's been
Nazis.
in their cultural. That's their
True. They're
they have
wicked.
grown up with that. That's what they live by, and that is what they
True.
will die by. So
Exactly.
you
It's their
Reprobate
can't
minds
say,
never
DNA
well,
need to
now.
change. Yeah, reprobate.
yeah,
They're
it's
And
a
reprobate.
it
and
is literally an epigenetic. It is an epigenetic transcription on their DNA of this.
Has
And
has anyone ever read the book The Painted Bird? Because that is, you've seen the movie. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Brother Karis. You're right.
can I just quickly say something? I'm going to say it's not only is it in their genetic makeup here, but here's the thing: we ain't like that. That's not us.
yeah,
We don't have that. Oh, I'm going to do to you the same thing that you did to us. No, we don't live by that kind of mentality. That's them. We're supposed to be without spot or blemish, and being without spot and blemish, the church want to make you believe you have to be holier than thou, without sin. No, it just means that we have got nothing. We have done nothing to anybody to literally blame us for the way that they act. They can't turn around and say, "Oh, it's because you're this and you're that." What can they say? I'm not literally going to debase myself to be like them. Let them do what they do. The Most High will deal with them. I don't need to be like that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what kind of mindset, the depths of depravity you have to sink to in order to treat them the same way they treated us? They ate us. They ate us. They wore our flesh. How do you even? Ugh, how do you even match that?
Unfortunately, hip hop is making a lot of these zombies just like that. And when you look at hip hop,
Yeah, but
the
who's
new
listening to
quote unquote,
who's listening to the
who's
music as
listening
well?
to it? Yeah, a
yeah, I'm
lot of
saying,
Because it's
them.
mainly
A
them.
lot of
isn't
it
it
A lot
wild?
of
is. They're
them
the
love
ones
that
that's
music,
buying it.
yo.
Of
They're the
course,
ones
they're
that's
the ones
buying it.
buying
They're
it. Of course,
they're the
because
ones that's being now indoctrinated in it.
I'd be
And
at
you're
the
right,
absolutely
basketball
right.
hip hop
I'd
ain't
be at the
nothing but
basketball court
country.
and these
Have
little
you heard
white
how
suburban
wicked
kids are
country
playing drill
is?
music.
Country is so wicked.
Yeah.
That's what hip hop is. Hip hop is the new country. Country's always been wicked. You're right. That's their thing. But still, there's still younger generations, black, brown people who are being zombified into their way, being
Yeah,
shaped into the beast.
and we
The
will be
images
cleansed.
even in the continent, they're so wicked. It's such a virus.
That we look, they are doing what they're doing, but here's the thing: like we were saying, it's mainly them that are going through this. Look, we're coming out of this no matter what, and that coming out means literally to be cleansed and detoxed from everything Babylon has dished on us. Them, on the other hand, while they're the ones that are turning into zombie, and they're so ripe for the picking. We're coming out, they're going in. We are literally coming out to be detoxed, to be cleansed, to go through our spiritual rehab.
Yeah,
They have
totally.
become ripened to become the zombies, to become the slaves. So when it's mostly them that are watching these things and listening to this music, it's them that's being affected. It's almost like our people are starting to come together because we're starting to understand we can't have this same kind of spirit that we've had from way back. We need to change. Yes, there's going to still be some who are still hooked to this, yeah. But like the Most High said, I ain't leaving not one. I'm not leaving not one. Up until, yes, we're still seeing our people die, even now. But when he says it is done, when he says it is done, I'm taking my people. He ain't leaving not one. If one of them angels have to come and cuff somebody over their head and drag them, that's what it's gonna take. He ain't leaving it. What for them?
Especially for the youth generation. And even as we speak, this is important for us to even talk to the next generation, your kids, KRS's youth, all of our youth who are in college and even up to elementary school, because all of this marketing is really not for us. It's to convince them. It's to convince my 4-year-old my
Now,
niece and my nephew, up all the way to the college students. So that's why we have to be vigilant as aunties, as mothers, as fathers, as because the youth are really going through it right now. And that's what I work a lot with youth. So that's a lot of the focus is to help put that in their mind, put Christ in their mind now. Give thanks, family.
Well, we can put Yahushua HaMashiach in our minds, which is what we're trying to do. But we have to stop putting in our minds timidness and fragility and all of these things that they have really indoctrinated us with throughout the years, right? Um, and that's what a lot of our folks, we even demean that amongst each other. Well, why are you so confident? You're uppity if you're confident, right? You're uppity if you're the way that you're carrying yourself, the way that you're trying to position yourself. And the sad part is the sad reality is because we've been so broken, we don't even know what confidence looks like. Oh, you're violent for being what? Confident? I'm being confident that I'm gonna live and that person gonna die. They're confident just like that too, because they are in love with their weapon. Oh, I'm in love with my what? With my arm, my weapon. This is why they'll never approach you one on one. They won't square up with you. If they approach you, they're gonna approach you with their weapon. That's all they know. That is them. You know, so let's just so we have to be able to understand now, instead of us being that easy target, we're no longer the easy target. They're now targeting each other. Because why? Because they don't have the same access to us as they once had. This is why they want us to come back into work and not do remote work. And black folks are like, nah, sorry.
No, that's exactly why that's why exactly why I bought that course that you told me to buy. I need to learn
Yeah.
how to work remotely. I can't, that's just like that's just a trap in and of itself. Like,
That's the trap. Yeah, because why? Because they want you to come on in so they can do what? So they can go at you even harder.
and
Because
give you all
why?
those
Because
microaggressions that I
yes, because they don't have it anymore. They can't physically do it anymore. And that was that was their energizer, right?
yeah,
And now
it
exactly.
really
you
is,
get
man,
what I'm
and it's
saying?
sad and it's corny and it's
Y'all
whack,
don't
but
understand. It's like you don't think y'all really didn't. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all weren't
If I
paying
don't
attention to the
have you, who
movies.
else do I have?
No. Y'all weren't paying attention to the movies. It was not about the physical blood. It was about the spiritual blood. And these folks are spiritual vampires.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. If I don't have you, what do I have? Because then all they can do is just is kill each other. But vampires will not get life from another vampire.
oh
There's no
wow.
life with
Oh
they.
wow.
They can't. They can't. They're
Wow.
dead. They are dead. That's why they need
Crazy.
us.
That's I didn't even put that to get. Yeah, wow. That's deep. I'm not even
Or
being
even
sarcastic. That is
or even
crazy.
a parasite. Somebody who said Silver Harmonic said every parasite needs a host. Exactly. A parasite cannot feed off of another parasite.
And that's why they're always like, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. They're sucking off the bloodline of Jesus, us.
Exactly.
We're his
Exactly.
bloodline, not the blood. They're always the blood, the blood. It's like,
I
no, the
remember
bloodline.
the church.
Get it
I
correct.
remember some white guys like, I got the blood of Jesus flowing through my veins. I'm like,
And you know everything. It always boils down to the blood. They are in. They can't get enough of it.
yeah.
I mean, who's the one that sets up these things like the Red Cross and all these donate blood? Why? What do you need my blood for?
So they can drink it. I gotta
Yes.
get energized. I gotta bathe in it.
That's my
what's
Canaanite ritual.
what blood do
No,
you
like
have?
I said, there's
I
life
have
in the
AB
blood, like the
positive.
scriptures say. Like the
Supplying
scripture says,
vintage.
there's life in the blood.
What are
literally.
you? That ain't no black blood. That ain't black folk blood.
It's like they were like, Spit it out. What is that?
Negro blood.
What is that?
Yeah. If you ain't know, if you ain't know, I don't know what you is.
Our blood for
It's Rhesus.
transplants. It's all kinds of
Rhesus.
stuff, everything.
Are you trying to kill me?
You got that Reese's. You got the infiltrator. We
Only
tested
Reese's
it.
I like is
Garth.
Reese's Paces.
Tested the Cylon. To Garth, we tested it. That's a Cylon.
Are you guys watching it? Are you guys watching it?
Oh yeah, I'm watching it. Yo, that's crazy, man.
I told you. Oh, just wait till you get to the end, man.
I'm on the first season. I think I just finished the 4th episode, but yo, there's so much. Like the first episode is named 33.
Yep.
33.
Oh,
and they're like, why not 37?
Hey, listen. Shauna will kill you, so you know what you need to do.
Oh, whatever. She spoiled Yellowstone for me anyway. She spoiled Yellowstone for me. She spoiled Yellowstone for me.
I gotta preface this for the family. Okay, so a couple days ago, Minister Yakoba came on out with his video, and
don't say it like that. Came on out. You can't just make a pause after you say that.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
I know. I was like, Cobra better get on here and defend his manhood. Defend your honor.
In America.
I'm not giving. Listen, did I
Minister Yakoba came on out.
Y'all need to stop. I didn't say that. I didn't say the other.
Pause. Dot.
I didn't say the other.
Pause.
Pause. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop.
You gotta say pause afterwards, Karis.
Yeah, AI will do him in. You know he would.
Yeah. You better stop. You better stop. This isn't like the one dude, the one funny brother that we know.
Dang, he said funny brother.
You know that? You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
He came out with some good research, but he said he was.
Okay.
Listen,
You're not right.
Don't say it.
You're not right, brother. You're not right in the head, brother.
What did he say? Suspicious. Wait, interesting and suspicious. Indeed.
Don't say it.
Suspicious.
It's like Beetlejuice. Don't say it.
You gonna get my channel shut down. Yeah, don't say it.
David and Jonathan Chronicles.
Let's go back to the movie.
Okay, so it's a series. It's called what's it called? Battlestar Galactica, but it's not the 70s one or the 70s, late 80s, early 80s one. It's when did it come out? 2005, I think. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. It's really good, and there is so much in it. Let me say this: there are 13 colonies, I think, where they're living on a planet called Caprica, and it's human beings. Actually, no, it's I think it's 12 colonies, and then there's this mythical 13th colony or 13th something or another, but I'm not going to go into that. Yes.
Oh, that's so biblical.
It's a lot deeper than the first one. Do not watch this thinking it's going to be like the first one.
Would that be like the 13th tribe?
Yeah.
Yeah. They even have it. They said the 13 tribes. I'm like, that's crazy. Let me tell you Let me tell you what I had. Folks are coming on in there. I'm about to shut this down in like 30. That's okay. So, ASAP, if you want to come in, Mike, if you want to come in. All right. So let me tell you this. This is the thing that got me, and I was like, oh man. And this was right after Yakoba had put on out his presentation on the on the AI and.
Sorry, Karis, let me just say it again because some people are not sure. It's Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
Battlestar Galactica.
It's on Peacock TV. Yeah. Peacock TV.
Exactly. So the one thing that got to me, was it was this quote. It said, even though you found love and the love was with a robot, at least you got a chance to experience love, something that most people don't get. I said, Oh my goodness.
Are you talking about on the thing?
On the thing, I said,
Yeah.
I gave the timestamp too. I said, look at season 2,
I told
episode
you.
4,
I
39
told you.
minutes.
You guys watch it and you will love it because it's very story based, yeah. But it's like there is so much. It had to be story based because they were telling a narrative of the days we're living in now and beyond. So sit back, relax, and just literally just see what they've been saying over our heads. When I woke up, I watched it and I was like, because I'm a sci-fi, I'm kind of nerdy like that. I love all of that. But when I woke up and I started looking at films again, and I was like, oh my gosh, Battlestar Galactica. And I realized what they were saying. And then I completely forgot about it until Yakova started doing things, not the one that he did previous about the graphene, but when he started talking about, I think, what was it, the AI God, I was like, oh my goodness, people need to watch this again. They need to watch this because there is so much in this. The visuals, the story, everything. It's so deep. It's such a trip when you guys watch it, and when you get to the end, you're going to be like, what did I just watch? Because you'll see, I mean, even at the end, oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore because it's wild. It is so wild. But it's so good because it's like it reveals so much of what they're doing. I don't even think they realize how much they put in there. But
no, they do it purposely.
Oh, they realize it.
They do it purposely. That's like their lesser magic ritual.
Yeah, just not so they know that most people wouldn't get it, but I'm sure they understood that we would wake up and we'd understand and we'd see it for what it really was. But who's going to listen to us in this time? Who's going to listen to us?
Like my Gentile friend, I was talking to him the other
Media
day.
is their
He's like, is it
confession
those
booth.
steel
They have to
masoners
tell
guards?
us.
And I'm like, he's like, steel masoners? I'm like, you mean the other people that have the free in their name? Because
I think they're supposed to. That's part of the deal. They're supposed to tell Satan is supposed to tell the world through the media. That's part of the deal, and I think that's why they allow these things. So those who can see can see. Those who can hear will hear it.
Well, they have to reveal it. They have to reveal it in a way,
That's why.
and it has to be right up in your face. But people are so ignorant and so blind to it, or they refuse to accept what's right there in front of their face. You know, so you're given a choice whether you choose to look into it or you don't.
Oh yeah. No, it's
And I was
it's
gonna
definitely predictive programming because that thing came out from 2005 to
yes.
2009, and so if you understand, a lot of the folks that were watching that as kids are doing what? Well, they're adults now. They're grown now. You see, so now it's like, well, I've grown up with this. I've seen the symbolisms, and now it's in front of my face. Well, when this world gets destroyed, well, we're gonna go up into the planets, right? That's what they're thinking. This ship that we have built here for you that you can plug on in for an extraterrestrial, right, intergalactic um uh um experience, right?
Oh,
Mainframe.
Karis,
Mainframe.
Karis, they're literally gonna plug you in for a hypersleep to travel on hyperspace, and
Yep.
when you get there, they will download
Oh
you into the
man.
matrix,
Right.
and you will think that
that
you're
was
on
wild.
another
I'm
planet.
telling you, I'm
At
telling you
some
what
point in the show, I
what
couldn't
that
tell what
thing's
was
gonna
real
be.
or what was fake. Like
That
when you
sounds
see
like
him
Neuralink.
initially,
What the heck?
when
That
you
is
initially,
Neuralink. Yeah, that
when
is
you
that.
right, bro, Karis,
But
when you see,
everybody that wants to go to Mars or needs to get out of the solar system because why? Because black folks
Are gonna
are
be here.
Israel. Oh my goodness, black folks are the people. You know, I got to get off of this planet,
space
right?
blues,
Come on over here. Come on over
space
here.
blues.
In this big old the spaceship is built underground.
Reverend
You,
Elon Musk is gonna usher you in.
you get what I'm
Space
saying?
Force.
Right. You
Come
sit in
into
this chair,
pod.
sit in this pod, and when you sit into this
She's
pod,
a real
we're going to put you
He's
into
a
a
real
hyper sleep,
African.
into a
He's a real
sleep.
South African. Trust him. Trust him.
We're
Oh
gonna
man.
animate you, put you into what's it called? Thingy animation.
Suspended animation.
Right, suspended animation. So you go to sleep, and then when you wake up, you'll wake up on the planet, and all
Yep.
they do is upload you into. Oh my gosh, who saw? Oh my
Isn't that
gosh,
what? Isn't that? Don't mean to cut you
that's
off,
another
sis, but isn't that what?
series.
The,
That was
isn't that what the
Westworld.
doctor? Isn't that what? That
No,
was
no,
what
no,
happened to
not
the
Westworld.
doctor.
They're
And
gonna be
Not
isn't that what
Westworld.
happened to
straight
the?
to Gehenna. They're gonna
Oh,
be
I
going
know
There
what
was
straight
you
to
another.
meant.
hell.
There was another one where
Black
it was
Mirror.
like no, 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 no. There was another one where basically it was some ship, right, that they built because there was this catastrophe coming, which it really wasn't. They chose a certain amount of people to go on this ship, and it was supposed to be during the 1950s. And they basically had this ship. They built a real ship. They had
Oh,
a
that was
holographic
for all
project.
mankind.
Oh, was it that
Yeah,
one?
that
I
was
can't.
it for all mankind. Yeah,
And it had the
and
same actress on there as well. Oh
yes,
my gosh. Trisha Helfer, I think her name is.
yeah,
She was the ship's captain.
yep. And then they realized it was like you were on Earth the whole time.
Exactly. Do you see the part where the man fell, where they pushed him out of the airlock and he's falling? And he's really scared because he's falling what looks like space, but it's obviously a holographic projection. And
It
he
goes right back
finally
to the
hits.
Garden of Eden. That
Yeah,
whole
he
tree of
literally
knowledge.
hits what's it? You know when the net to catch you to stop you from hurting yourself, like where they have the trapeze or whatever.
Suicide nets.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, suicide
That's
nets.
what they
But
really call them. Nah, they don't call them that.
Is it the am I
No, they have those in China. I'm sorry.
isn't
no, you
that
mean
the
Japan?
garden all over
Japan.
again? Isn't that the Garden of Eden all over again? The tree of knowledge of good and evil, that technology, that knowledge, that technologia, that illusion, that Hewa, that Eve and Adam. I mean, this is what we're dealing with.
That's
Illusion.
an interesting
It's
point.
just knowledge. It's just a tree because we knew good. What happened was Adam and Eve knew good, but once they tasted the knowledge, they learned bad because we always had good. It was the bad that came in.
Actually, they didn't know good or bad. They just were living in peace, and they didn't know what good or
Well,
bad
they
was.
had all the good. Let's just say they had the good. They
Well,
didn't even know they had the good until. Anyway,
we
so yeah,
wouldn't.
okay, exactly. You're right, Bridget.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to make sure because they didn't know what good or evil was before they ate the fruit. Like good or evil was a concept that wasn't even in their brain. Just like salvation isn't in a concept in most of these people's brain.
Just like race was never a concept
Exactly.
until somebody created it.
Exactly.
Man, that's just crazy. That's kind of wild because now think about this. Now think about these babies that's being born in these pods, and it's like, well, you have a baby that's being born in these pods, right? But they may not ever really leave the pods because see, there was an event that did what? That brought let's say 33% of humanity into a chamber that's done through what? Through AI, right?
They don't even have a soul.
Well, think about this. AI has done what? AI will do what? Well, AI will continue to do what? Will continue to get better. Will continue to do better. It'll continue to provide, right? That programming strategy that everything that's lifelike in the real world will look lifelike in that matrix world because they can program in, that they can pixelate and they can continue to adapt and they can continue to upgrade. Like everybody when they fall asleep, that's an upgrade, right? That's an upgrade of that user. That's an
Yeah,
upgrade of the
just like
UI
computer.
UX.
That was actually the name of the movie.
But who is
It was
the
called
leader?
Upgrade.
Who is the leader of this technology and who's ushering us into this silicone
Oh,
world?
obviously that's Satan.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I'm saying
that's
but
the
who's
leader.
he's using China, he's using Asia to really bring in this, we've gone from the Silk Road to now the Silicone Road. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's be real. And the thing we have to understand about China and Africa, My husband always reminds me of that. China has 1 million or so many people to feed. They need Africa because they need to eat. And if we understand, that's what we have the power in, the plow and the plow and the at our sheer, forgive me for just getting nervous and forgetting, but that's why it's in the power of the farming and us going back to the land and knowing how to work with the land, because all this artificial stuff is going to fall apart.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work when we come back there and they'll have to feed us. What's going to happen in China then?
Well,
That's why they don't really.
China
Well,
is going
I
to
think they want
Africa because
America
they
for that
want to
purpose.
eat.
Well,
China is
let's
going to Africa because they want to eat. They want the food. They want
get
the land. China wants
get
the land because they have to feed their soldiers. They
get
don't care
this.
if African slaves, if Africans die. That's what they want.
Well, but that's not going to happen when we're there. So I know, and they know that. They understand scriptures. Don't act like these folks have never
Yeah,
read a
because the
Bible.
second is Esdras. Doesn't second is Esdras warn Asia if they behave, or can someone read? There's a apocryphal book.
Now listen.
They're
listen
going to
to
get
this.
destroyed too.
Now listen to this. Think about this. All right, how does a supercomputer learn?
By challenging it.
Analysis.
Listening to us. Hello. That's why some of these things
Inputs.
have to be offline
Right.
too.
Inputs. What's the greatest input? A person and their life experiences. What would be greater than that? A whole society of people being
Programs.
placed. Exactly. So if they were there in like a Roblox on steroids, which is the
Oh,
Matrix.
your kids play that as well, huh?
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that would be like the Matrix, right? And that they're constantly plugged in. And guess what? That quantum computer, because here's the thing, think about that. If you're China and like, well, I control the quantum computer, and what's that quantum computer? It's like what? It's like that Superman computer that Superman
Jarvis?
would use. That no, not Jarvis. That has all of the experiences of Krypton, all of the people's life forces of Krypton. I don't know if
Oh,
y'all saw this in
I know what you're
in
talking
that
about.
new Superman series that they have on CW. They have a new
Krypton.
Superman series. Well, guess
Krypton.
what? They were trying to bring back all the Kryptonians because they were there in that in that pod thing that Superman had coming to Earth. So
Yeah.
now think about
That's also in
this. Think about this.
Smallville as well.
And
Yeah.
Man of Steel too.
But they
Yeah,
put that in the book of it was the
Clark.
book of Ra, which was a sort of disc. I kind of sent the picture of it in the chat, in the messenger chat. But yeah, they've always had something along this line of bringing back these entities, bringing the fallen into our realm. It doesn't matter whether it's Smallville or Krypton, because they did. I don't know if you saw. They'd had a show called Krypton. I think it had like 2 or 3 series. I can't remember, but and also the new small Superman.
Yeah, Lois and Clark.
They've always got to show that these so-called little g gods are coming, and it's the race in which Clark Kent or Kal-El belongs to, which we know is Satan. So he's coming to bring the other fallen angels with him. It's imperative that they come in because they need to save humanity. But then it gets a bit sketchy because they want to take over, and Satan's like, no, I'm the good guy, so I got to fight you. Boof boof. I don't know.
Superman has a
Greater,
serpent on
we
his
have to always
chest
remember,
too.
greater is he
I think Mike has a
us than
question.
he that
Yeah, I
is
was
in the
gonna
world,
say.
right?
Yeah, Mike.
Sorry, you being me. Mike needs to ask a question. He wanted to ask a question in regards to the second Exodus.
Hey,
Yeah, go
shalom,
ahead.
family. Shalom to the panel. Really
Shalom,
appreciate.
Mike.
Thank you. I really appreciate listening to the show on a daily basis. Real quick, just had a question for the panel and the family out there. Brother Karish, I emailed you about, one of the shows you had last week talking about events leading up to our exodus out of here.
Yeah.
And that was before I heard about the train derailment in Ohio. Now we got the train derailment in Michigan, Houston. I'm just trying to figure out, how could this possibly play out? Because there's so many of our family members that aren't awake. How is this, possibly going to come together? I know that Yah he has everything in control, but I'm new to the awakening, so I'm just trying to figure out, Yah, how is this all going to come down? As soon as the lights go out, do I need to go ahead and hit up one of these ports, or I'm just curious to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions.
Well, I look at it like this, buckle up. Buckle up. You're new to this. You it's like you woke up right when the roller coasters and you ever seen those the slingshot? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
you just realize you got on the slingshot, and you're like, and then you pass on out, and then you wake up again, and then you realize you're still up there, and then you pass out again. That's really what it is. So you literally woke up and then you passed on out because you're screaming. And that's where it's like, look, I'm telling you, in terms of being able to have what the game plan, or the Most High's plan, he's never really going to reveal his plan, because why? Do you know how many? Let's just take a look at this. Let's just take a look at this. Okay. Out of 303, there's the folks currently watching, right? There's 129 people that hit the likes up. That's 129 people that's trying to say that they're actively listening, right? And participating in this chat. Then you have another 180 people that's just trying to figure out what's going on, because you want to know why? Because they want to figure this thing out too. Because why? It's not for righteousness sakes, but for wickedness sakes. So I need to leave when you all leave. So I need to know when you all leave so I can escape judgment. Right? That's how this thing is going to go. Now, what we can tell you is, look, this stuff it's really right around the corner, because as we had discussed, again, China needs Africa. And shout out to New Being Me. Exactly. They need Africa for food. So, but Africa knows what? That they need their people. So they could do what? So they can have a force. Right? It's a quid pro quo. Okay, guess what? You bring us our people. That's enough manpower that we have, so we can give you your food. And then that quid pro quo isn't going to work the way that the Chinese first thought it would work. Oh no! Look, you brought back Judah, so let me show you how we combat this. Let me show you how we defend this. Let me show you how we work with this. This is what happens. Then the nations are going to get mad, but they can't do anything. All they're going to be able to do is just sit there and seethe and have less. That's just how it's going to go.
And we're doing it right now. Localized, centralized. We're doing it right now.
Well, yeah, but not really. Not really, because we're, as a mass, we haven't been there to really do anything to kind of put our foot down and say, hey, look, you need to do this, you need to do that, we have to do this, we have to do that. Because as a people, when we get there, what's the first thing that Black folks do? Oh, we protect ourselves.
That's right, exactly.
We protect ourselves.
And our family that don't understand what they're dealing with. And the Chinese are going to learn real quick, we kind of played this wrong. This is why you talk about the war scrolls. We're going to live in peace, but once their resources are done out and they've tapped every resource, because if you want to know what China is like and what they're going to do, watch what they've outsourced their sea. Whose sea are they now fishing in? Do you understand?
Outsourcing the sea
everyone
is crazy.
Everyone else is. So what you need to understand is that eventually they'll let us live in peace. And they'll be like, okay, we will remember. See, every little thing, if you're not going according to what China wants, oh, you have offended them. You offend my family. Anyway, I'm not going to go there, but you have offended them. They will not forget, and they will come back in force.
Right.
This is what the war scrolls are talking about.
Right.
And this is where we are literally going to be fighting them. We will lose, what was it? We will lose 3, they will lose 3. And then the Most High will come and settle the difference. He will settle it and he will destroy them.
Yeah,
That's why.
that's when
why
I
even
believe
though-
that's when Yahusha returns. That is
Exactly.
When Yahusha
Yes,
returns.
Yeah,
that
I
is
mean,
when he
So
comes.
That's when it comes.
when people are like, oh well, you know, Christ is going to return to get us on out of here.
No.
No,
Did Christ come to get, you know, the Israelites out of out of out of
Egypt.
Egypt? No,
Mm-mm.
I honestly believe let me just tell you this. We have been so perfectly conditioned to believe that if Christ did come to save his people at this particular hour and at this particular time, nobody would follow him.
Right.
And that is true.
Nobody
And
would
again,
follow him.
even though it doesn't seem like it, we are centralizing, we are localizing. But again, I'm going to say the most important is to build relationships. We cannot come in there like, oh, we're going to change Africa. And because sometimes we can be very, as
Hyperly
Africans
aggressive.
and Judah on this side, we can be very arrogant. And our brothers on that side, they're humble. And we need
I wouldn't
to
say
come.
that. I think that's
We
a
have
common
to come.
misconception.
No, there's some snakes. There's lots of snakes. Know that.
We
But
should
no,
just
those
stop
snakes were
generalizing each
trained
other.
by the Europeans, and we have family members there. We're not in the numbers. That's the thing we have to understand. We are remnants.
So ask
We are
yourself,
small
why
numbers.
would they listen to the Europeans over us? If that's
Exactly.
not, if that's not conceited or arrogant,
You have. It's
yeah,
it's a
then
spirit. It's a prayer.
then
Just like we
why would
woke
they
up.
not listen?
Just like
Okay, so
we
it's a
woke. How
spirit
long
and
did
it's
it
a
take
mind,
us to wake up? How long did it take a lot of us to wake up?
and they have the
Some of us.
memory. We don't.
No,
They
they have been enslaved since the day.
The
They have
same as
never
us.
come out of
Yep.
slave.
Their
They've
minds are
never
Neither have
come out
enslaved.
we.
of it.
Neither have
They've
we.
been
Neither have we.
enslaved in their own land. This
Yes,
is a
that's
whole other
bad.
thing.
They've been
It's
enslaved
a
in their
whole
own
other
land,
thing when
Yep.
you're
but we've
enslaved
been
in your own
enslaved
home.
here,
It is
and
another
we know
thing.
how to deal with them, and they're not
exactly, and we've
listening.
been the
No, don't go
minority,
like that
and
on
we've
an
had to
arrogance
fight.
thing, because we all
Then
have our traumas. We were taken away from our home and
Yeah, but
kidnapped and
that's the whole
scattered,
thing.
and they
We
were
know how to
taken in their homes,
remember
which
what
is
I was
different.
first stating. Remember I was first stating earlier this week about how I had grown up, right, and understanding the Gentile culture, the Gentile mindset, things of that nature, being intimately familiar with it, right? And see, that's the whole thing. They don't have an intimate familiarity that we have.
Yeah, they
Because
think of them as like,
you got to remember, those are the folks that's outside of the house, right? We're brought into the house. We're brought into the quarters. We're brought into the rooms. Matter of fact, we're
Yes,
there in the
yes.
rooms with the planning. Do you get what I'm telling you? They're saying, "Hey, this is
We
my
see
idea.
them
Tell me what you
naked. We see
think."
them on the toilet. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. You get what I'm saying? We have been their family. That's what they treat us as. Oh no, we're family, but y'all are
We've
just
been their
a
house
stepchild.
niggas, like you said. They're house
Uh,
niggas. Those are the
You,
plantation niggas
you get what
on
I'm
a
saying?
global sense.
Yeah, well, but and when we serve them because why? Because in their mind they think that we're serving family. We're all family. Well, don't worry that I took you. Remember, I took you. I saved you from where you were about to be. This and that, and you all were swinging on trees, and then you come to find out that that was all just a huge lie.
mm.
You know?
Can I say something? Don't get it twisted or misconstrued. There is no unity without unity. There's not going to be, we've come in. We're not talking about coming in and just saying, move aside. We're not coming in with that. But what we do need them to understand is you guys don't know the oppressors. Listen to us. Listen to what we're saying to you. We know how these people think. You do not.
Exactly.
We
Or maybe
know
they
how
just
they
don't care, Sister Chantel.
and
That's
so
an
and that's
option. That's an
another thing.
option
Some of
too.
them don't. Some of them
Some
don't.
And they just love money, and they know that the Gentiles can give them money, so they'll kiss their.
Paper money.
You know
It's
what?
like for
Yeah,
real, man.
so
You're sitting on a mountain
exactly.
of gold and you want a piece of paper, a dirty piece of paper at
Be a
that.
taskmaster just because they're just Judas. There's a lot of Judases, you know. So I'm not surprised. I mean, I used to have a spirit where I could save every brew all across the diaspora. I'd be nice, but you know, when I'm met with tension and whatever they think about me being a African American or a Caribbean American, whatever they want to call me or say whatever they whatever byword they use for me, they make it known that we are different from them all the time, like they can't help it, and it is what
They
it
are
is. Then we
trained.
are
They're
different, and that
trained.
we
They
could
are
be different
trained.
and
And they're
coexist.
vetted.
We could
They're
be
vetted.
we
They
could be
only
different.
bring those type here. They only allow those type here. They
Hey,
are
listen,
vetted.
we got issues with each other here, let alone over there.
Exactly. So
I got issues with you lot over here. What you talking about? We all got issues. We're all family and we all come in
Exactly.
and we're like, yeah, I don't like you. Do you understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Me not
Everyone's
like
got
ya.
issues.
Me
Innit?
want
Me not
cough ya.
like you.
Me cough
Innit?
ya.
Give you
My
$2.
my pate is better than your pate.
Pate? Do you mean
Listen,
patois?
all right, first of all, I gotta tell you, the pate is a little small pastry where they put meat in it, and the beef patty is different, Karis.
Where's the beef?
Thank you. Thank
It's
you
different.
for clearing
It's
that
a
up.
different consistency. It's a totally different. One's a pastry and one's
Where's the beef?
One's like a meal.
We're in
Una
trouble.
want
We're in
beef?
trouble as a people.
And then curry and jerk could be together in a meal, but there's no
definitely not
such
a
thing
beef
as
patty.
curry jerk. There's like no, I don't think there's a seasoning where you could just get curry and jerk, or unless you could buy
It is
it.
outrageous. You cannot make jerk curry. Listen, let me say this to you.
I
Curry
will be
and
the
jerk
first.
do not mix like
I will be the
island
first to
water.
make jerk
Like
curry in a
island
pate.
water and like the iron and the clear. Them can't mix, you know. Them can't mix. You can't mix curry with jerk. What is the matter with you know?
I'll call that the Covenant Awakening special. I need a CA special.
You can call it whatever you like. But me not eat
It's
it.
like going to a Mexican restaurant and asking for guacamole.
Well, they did all kind of stuff with sushi
or
and
a quesadilla.
they messed up Japanese
We
sushi,
do
so you already know.
eclectic seasonings here. We just mix it all together, right? It's
We already had an Edomite try and make jerk rice over here and then try to market it. Let me tell you, it was on the news. I'm not even playing. You Google jerk rice, and I'm telling you, the chef's name was Jamie Oliver, a white man over here. He tried come up with this new thing. Look, they do what they always do. That's why
you like my
jerk rice. People are like jerk what? What? What them talk about? Jerk rice. You can jerk pork. You can jerk beef.
Salmon.
You can jerk chicken.
Lamb.
You ain't jerking
jerk
rice.
quail.
How you jerk rice?
Jerk quail. Yeah, how do you jerk rice?
What? You ain't jerking me.
Nah, I'm telling you, the
Sister Chantel
Jamaicans.
said, you ain't jerking me.
You're not jerking me around, man. Trust me.
Jamaican. That's what it was.
The Jamaicans here, they went mad. It was, you offend me. And my forefathers that come before me. They went mad. They went mad. Oh my gosh, I'm not even joking. They went mad. It was on the news. It was on BBC. They weren't playing around. Everybody in the Caribbean in this land was not mad, was not happy. People were like, the Bajans were like, what are you chatting about, jerk rice? Are you crazy? Are you trying to start a war up in here with the Jamaicans? Are you crazy? You ain't gonna win this. No, they weren't no.
And that's a great analogy on how they have mixed the sacred with the profane. You feel? That is a great analogy with that jerk rice.
That's right.
All of this
Blasphemies wherever,
mixing
everywhere I look. Caris, don't do it.
profanity. mixing the
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
Putting
that can you
breadcrumbs
jerk? Can
on
you jerk
mac and
mana? Can you
cheese
jerk mana?
is blasphemy. Putting breadcrumbs on
Jerk
mac
manner. Oh
and
my gosh.
cheese.
Jerk manner. Are you Garth?
Jerk mana.
The thing would fall apart. What are you talking about? You jerk that thing. It was like,
Or
nah.
mana butter biscuits. You remember? That would be dope. All right, I'll stop. It's getting really ignorant here.
Manna butter biscuits. Oh my
That's what
gosh.
I told you. I said if I open this link, I said it's going to be real ignorant. People are going to start fighting.
Somebody put jerk manna on there.
Jerk
Show the
manna.
shade.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, listen, I told you, baked beans ain't the same anymore. We reggae them baked beans. We'll put some. Yeah, we might even put a a little scoop of jerk seasoning in.
I don't know. I like mesquite. I don't know. I like mesquite seasoning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I'm a little Midwest in my stuff.
16-9 Brute said jerk grasshopper.
Jerk grasshopper legs. Oh
Man,
my goodness.
We'll drop it on the floor a couple of times and call it Cajun.
Yep, that's Cajun. Yeah, yeah.
Drop it on the floor. You calling it Haitian? Okay, but I'm bummed. You know, I had to do for the money.
What difference between Cajun and Haitian?
The dirt cakes.
So, shout out to all that was my best Backwaters New Orleans accent that I could come up with. Backwater Louisiana accent. Oh my goodness. I'm like, do y'all speak English?
No.
No.
Have you seen Joe Dirt, brother Garris?
Different from Creole?
That's exactly what it is.
Talks like that dude from Joe Dirt.
Have you guys heard there was a video of some Bayesian, like country Bayesian? I was like, what the? I think Sharita sent it in the chat like a while back, and I was like, I don't know what he's saying, and even my mum doesn't even know what he's saying. My mum's family's from Barbados. I'm like, what is this? People were like, what is this? It's like it was a whole different language that's not even on Earth.
Yeah.
Listen, I went to Jamaica once, and listen, we went away from the touristy parts, and on our way to Dunn's River Fall, man, I think we had to stop somewhere.
You see some shatas?
I was like, yo, why do we look like we're on the set of like a B movie, you know, like Jamaican gangster B movie.
Shatas.
And you know, when they were talking to us, how y'all doing? You know, they were trying to be nice, and they're trying to have a conversation, you know, of being nice, but nobody could understand.
What I got mute.
It was like, you know, it's like, oh, you all doing good, you're going good right now, yum, you know, and I'm like,
it's fast.
I'm
Yo,
like,
have you ever you know this, Chantel, and my family is like tried to, like, I've learned from them the different accents, but the Trinidadian accent, a Trinidadian person always sounds like they're kind of singing. That's what
yes,
they do.
It is.
Man. I have a lot of Trinidadian friends. Yeah, they do.
There's a song that yes, and they always there's always a lengthy. Yeah, the S is like stretched. It's like, how far are you gonna go?
No, listen. When you want here, I know what's here. Then right there, Ron. I know what they're talking about. Yes, that's one of the things. It's right there. Yes.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yes, all the Trini family up in there, man.
I have a question. Do you think it's because they have because a lot of the Indian influence on there? And then that's the question about the Jamaican accent. To me, it sounds like an Irish, Ebonic Irish accent more than an English accent.
Scottish as well.
Scottish. So I think the Jamaican accent is more Scottish or Irish.
Yeah.
And maybe the Trinidadian has that cool, that Indian, you know, that little Indian sing song.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to diss me? Are you being disrespectful to my ancestors?
Well, my parents are from Grenada, and a lot of us have like family in Trinidad, or some of us all may even have, because from my island, they've like migrated from Trinidad to Grenada like constantly, and also Barbados. So the islands are really connected, but the Jamaicans have like a totally like you can't. I mean, they make fun of me because like when I try to speak like a Jamaican,
Small island.
I just sound like a Jamaican.
I hate that. It's like, come on,
I
man,
had
stop.
to float to another island. All I had was 5 coconuts and a rope, and I made it.
You sound kind of like a Nigerian.
I didn't want to
Well,
say, but
well, I know Haitians get all of our Haitian families all over the island.
Well, I
Like I said,
can't do Haitian accent. I'm done. Wait, you crazy man? What are you doing,
crazy?
man?
You crazy? You
man.
crazy man?
yeah,
You got
because
Crazy,
it's
problem?
man.
you got the
You got problem?
French.
You have problem with me? You problem? Crazy man. You crazy
Oh, I love
man.
when we kiss teeth, though, man. Chat about
They're all up here in South Florida. They're all up here in South Florida.
what, the Haitians?
Oh, you got
Enriquez,
problems. You got problems,
Gutierrez,
man. You know, and the funniest thing is when
Jean-Pierre.
a Haitian try to sound Jamaican. Now that's the worst.
Jean-Paul,
That's like the worst.
Jean-Pierre,
When a
Jean-Luc.
Haitian tries to sound Jamaican, it's like, fam, please,
We
Carlos
had
gonna say
we
it.
had that
Please
one.
stop.
He was a
Don't do
Haitian
that.
brother that played with the New York Giants and blew off his fingers, and then he came down here and played with the Bucks. Yeah, JPP. That was the big Haitian brother.
Yo, that was wild.
Wasn't
They
there a
called
comedian that
they
says
they
a
called him
Haitian?
Hook. They called him Hook after that.
Yo,
I
you
get
remember
him
he had to
hooked
play with
off
that big
his finger.
goofy cast?
Yeah, that dude was Hook.
He called him Hook.
Man,
He
But
blew off
Eric,
his
the one
fingers with
thing is, we
fireworks.
are
Yo.
island
fireworks.
hoppers. All of us are some
Back
island
up,
hoppers.
Terry. Back
Terrence.
up.
You have all the island. You have the island people representing because we've all been all over each other's island, all through. We just need the Cuban coming and representing.
No, I don't think the Cubans will really understand us. They be speaking of Spanish. They
Hey,
speaking Spanish.
let's say I am home.
Claro que sí.
Papi, I know black. Papi, I know black. Papi,
Yeah, you
I
have to
know
first
black.
get them to admit that. That's not gonna happen. That ain't gonna
Yeah.
happen.
That's
Papi,
them and
Talking about the
that's them.
Papi, I know
Dominicans.
black.
That's them and the
No,
Dominicans. No, those
that's a
Dominicans are like, we
Dominican.
know black man.
No, Cubans
Yeah,
say
they'll
they're
turn
black.
around and tell you.
Dominicans. It's Dominicans who have problems saying that they're black. Cubans
Oh,
have no problem.
and it's like, dude, you are
It's the
darker than me.
Dominicans.
You're
It's the
blacker than me. You're
Dominicans.
darker than me.
For real. At
I
least
know
our
Look
black
on his
Puerto
man.
Ricans,
face.
I know
even
Dominican
our
man.
Puerto Ricans show up. Even our Boricuans show up. But it's our
Boricua.
DR people that have problems.
Well,
And that's
I
that
saw
problem
I
on the
saw when
island.
what's his face, the rapper Tango Calderon, because he's a brew, and he showed us like the side of Puerto Rico where all the brews are, and he's like, yeah, none of them even like mess with us. They look down on it. They're pretty much treated the same way over there as we are here in Puerto Rico. Tango
Yeah,
Calderon.
my
was
dad
showing.
from Puerto Rico. My dad from Puerto Rico. The part you talking about is a town in Puerto Rico is real bad. Like the police don't even go down there unless they go in squads. It's called what's that town called? La Perla. It's real bad down there. And that's the part that if you go down there, you better know somebody. And the police go down there, they go down there in squads.
And is that Pearl on Espanol? La Perla?
Yeah,
Is that
La
Pearl?
Perla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
so
All
they
right.
know who the pearls are. They know who the pearls are, even back at home. Let's be
All
real.
right. Okay, family. Y'all got 30 seconds. I gotta shut this down. So
Shalom, everyone, and have a great weekend.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom.
Shalom, family.
Blessed
Have a great
12
Sabbath. I'm gonna
tribes.
go
Shalom.
finish off my food now. I'm hungry.
Okay. Hello, Dave.
Blessed love island family, 12 tribes. Thank you,
What's up, General
Terrence.
War, man? How you doing, brother?
Good,
I
good.
got some more Jamaican food waiting for me.
Chantel,
yeah.
I just
Not
want to hear.
jerk rice.
I want to hear one time the hello, Dave. One time.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dave.
All right. 30 seconds is
Oh, you
over.
do that so well.
I'll shut y'all down. Look, brother gotta go to work. Brother gotta work for the man. Okay. No, hallelujah. That's been a blessing. That's been a blessing. With the fellowship with our family. I do know one thing though. We're gonna have to have a lot of Pepto Pepto Bismol and the pink stuff. I can't Kaopectate. That's what it is. Pepto-Bismol and Kaopectate and Tums and everything else. Because I know a lot of our food. It's like you're gonna be throwing flames out of somewhere not nice. But thank you, panel. Thank you, everybody, for coming on up. We were ignorant, but not that ignorant. Thank you, Gentiles, for coming on in here. I think my Gentiles too. They're in the back. I know they're there. We know they're there. Hallelujah. It's all love here. It's all love. But yeah, family, we may not have much time left, but what we do have, we have the Most High. And that's all we need to know. It's just to trust in him. We've been here this far, and we're going to make it the rest of the way. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, Most High willing, I'll see you on Monday. Most High willing, I'll see you on Monday. So with that, shalom, salama, siemi, shalom, peace and blessings. Yasharel.